Hello guys, welcome back to another Reddit stories video. If you guys want to go ahead and see more videos like this, please like and subscribe. Um, if you have your own story, I'd love to go ahead and hear 'em, that kind of thing. But other than that, let's get straight into it, right? So today's video was submitted by Gel. Gel is a lawyer, right? Her whole family is lawyers, right? And so she has been doing law for basically her whole life, right? Yeah. Her dad's been doing that, he has his own business, but she is the youngest sibling. Then it all came to a head a few months ago, right? That kind of thing. Right. They had a pretty good relationship her whole life, but like she's always been seen as the youngest. But it really blew up last year, right? At the start of it. So she had just graduated law school, right? And so if you guys don't know, to become a lawyer, it's a long process, right? You had to go all the way through high school, you had to go ahead and do college. And so she's already 21 at that point, because she graduated early, but then you had to go ahead and do law school, which is another 4 years. So she's 25, and so she has a lot of debt, and she hasn't really had a job, and so she went ahead, she joined her dad's law firm, and then she started working there, and she's been doing this summer like apprenticeships and things with her dad, but wasn't like she had the craziest of times, right? She ended up going ahead and doing a lot for her dad. She had a good time, and she's been now working there for a while, right? So she worked there for about 5 years. And so at a certain point, you want to become what's called a partner, right? You want to be able to buy in and take a split from all of the cases, right? Because if you don't get that split, then you're just getting the one case where you're going to get your money on. So for a lot of time, you're not making money, or you're making a very little amount of money. So for her, she's making a very little, like, salary. And so she ended up asking her dad, like, hey, when can we talk about me becoming a partner? And she was talking to her dad about that, and so at this point, both of her siblings are already partners, but she's still the youngest by a good bit, right? She is 30 years old. Well, her siblings are all in their mid-40s. So it's a big age difference between the siblings. And so they just see her as like the younger sister by a long shot, right? That kind of deal. Right? She's the baby of the family, that kind of thing. And so when she's asking, like, hey, I want this real responsibility, even though she's already handled cases, she's already been there for a while, like, they don't see it like that kind of thing. And so she's asking for a real case, she's asking for this and that, but the family doesn't end up giving it to her, right? And so she ended up saying, okay, well, there's other law firms out there, and so she started looking for a different job. And she ended up finding a job at a competing firm, right? And so she put in her notice at her dad's office and said, like, hey, I love that I got hired here, I love my experience here, but I gotta go ahead and move on. So she told her dad, like, hey, I found a better law firm, and they're paying more, everything is better there, kind of thing, but I'm gonna go, right? And they're right, the family is unhappy about this, because in the city that they're in, there's only realistically 2 places that you can work at. And so she ended up saying, like, hey, I'm moving on to this other one, right, this other firm, and it's the other one, right, kind of deal. And so, like, the dad ended up saying, hey, you know, we really want you to stay. I think you should stay, right? I don't want you to move on, but, right, it is important for us to keep you here. And so she ended up saying, well, okay, I'll stay if I can have my partnership, right? Can I be a partner in the firm? I said, no, right? We can't go ahead and make you a partner, even though, right, she really wants it. She said no. And so they were like, okay, I'm going to move on. And so she moved on to the other firm, which immediately made her a partner, which immediately got her a good amount of money, right? Because she got a raise, she got a partnership immediately off the bat, right? And so she is extremely happy at this new firm, and she gets put on this case, and she'd been working on the opposite side of the case. And so she knew what she was doing and immediately started working on it. And it's not like those TV shows where they have a ton of cases going on at the same time. It's the one case. This is the main case, right? And it's between a truck driver and a single mother. And so she used to be representing the truck driver, and she had known a few things about him, like, hey, right, you were on antidepressants, and these antidepressants, at the time, they were fine, but now they're known to go ahead and cause drowsiness, cause this and that. And so it's like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and bring that up in court, right? And so it's not like she's using some, right, they're gonna go ahead and bring it up, that kind of deal, and it's important thing. And so they end up deciding, like, okay, they had to go and figure out, is this a thing that they can bring up, right? Because you don't want to go ahead and bring up something that you should know. Is it classified? But no, she's allowed to. They should have actually brought it up beforehand, kind of thing. But they end up deciding, okay, we're gonna go ahead and bring this up, see what they have to say, right? Like, is this gonna go ahead and change the course of the case? And it definitely did, right? It went from, like, the truck driver was probably gonna barely be blamed, right? Because you can go ahead and have a certain percentage of blame assigned to you, and it was gonna be like 20% his fault, kind of deal. To, well, now this medication being brought up is gonna be like 90% his fault. And so it's gonna be like, right, in these truck driving cases, they're not for a few 100K. These are for millions. And so this single mother, she ended up getting paralyzed from this car accident, so she was asking for a lot of money, right? And so she brought this up, and her dad's sitting across the table the whole time, and she's like, hey, right, you were on these drugs at the time, and they are known to cause drowsiness, right? So you were probably drowsy, right, and you caused this accident, right? You have to go ahead and pay X, Y, and Z, right? It's on you now. You have to do this, or else, right, we're gonna actually bring this to court. And now that we say that you're on this medication that you realistically shouldn't have been on, right, you could lose your license, right? You could be in major trouble. Do you want that to happen? Or do you want to go ahead and be like, taking the blame on this one case? And so you gotta settle, like, right. And so she ended up forcing the settlement through against the father, and the father ended up saying, like, okay, wow, I can't believe you did this is crazy, but they forced it a settlement, and it was a lot of money. And so she then, right, they get this major settlement. It's a big deal. It's multiple millions of dollars difference between what they were trying to settle for before. And so right. And then she starts working on more court cases and everything's fine. They weren't really talking this. And so Thanksgiving comes around, and they always have a family Thanksgiving together. So she comes by the house, and it's awkward as heck, right? It's basically all the family sitting on one side of the table and her sitting on the other, right? And they have to figure out, okay, like, it's all complete small talk, like, you know. Right, like, oh, how are things going? How's the weather treating you? Kind of deal. Like, and eventually the silence gets broken. Like, and the dad's like, can't believe you used that against us. Like, that was supposed to be confidential. Like, what's wrong with you? She's like, no, it's not supposed to be confidential. You guys should have actually brought that up to us. Like, that could be a big deal if you didn't bring it up. So you should be happy that I knew, or else, you know, it could have been worse, right? We could have ended up having to sue you for, you know, bringing it up, and you would have gotten in trouble, and then the case would have gotten basically reversed, and it would have been a lot worse on you guys if you didn't end up saying it. So you should be happy that I actually knew, because you guys weren't going to bring it up, right? It's like, yeah, we weren't going to bring it up, right? But that doesn't mean you should have used it either, right? So it's just like a back and forth issue, where realistically, I'm pretty sure you should have brought it up, but, you know, not a lawyer, right? But it was really awkward, and she's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna go, and he's like, I can see you're one heck of a lawyer. And he used it kind of like as an insult, like, oh yeah, you're definitely a lawyer now, kind of thing. She's like, well, you know, I wouldn't have even left if you guys just went ahead and made me a partner, right? It's not hard to go ahead, make someone a partner. You have infinite partner spots open, like, why didn't you just do that? And he's like, well, you know, we didn't think you were ready for it. She's like, well, I'm doing really well now, right? That kind of thing where, well, you know, look what you lost, right? Kind of deal. And she's like, well, I will come back if you make me a partner. Other than that, like, I'm good now. You know, I'm a partner. I'm making more just from my partnership alone than what I was making before while I was working for you guys. And on top of that, it's like, okay, I'm also going ahead. I'm getting even more from my salary, right? I'm doing extremely well, right? And so he's like, well, you know, we're not going to be able to make you a partner, so be happy. She's like, I am, right? And so this same back and forth just keeps on happening over the years. And, right, the sad thing is, they don't get over it. Right, it doesn't really get too much better from this point on. And, you know, it happens, right, where you end up losing some family over time. So it is sad that she did lose her father like that, but happens. But I hope you guys like this story, right? If you did, please like and subscribe. Right, you know, I'm new to this YouTube thing. I love the support that I've been getting. If you guys want to see more videos like this, please do like and subscribe, right? You know, other than that, if you have your own story, please comment them down below or text me on Instagram or Discord. I'll go ahead and read them here. Right, I love to see them. You know, that kind of thing. If you guys want to see a different video in the background, tell me what video games you guys like. I will give them a try. But other than that, I'm gonna see you guys later. Goodbye.